Okay, top 5 in 5 minutes because we saw it in theater 5, and there were like only 5 of us in the theater.
I think there was 6.
No, there were 5. It was the 3 above.
Was that one person that came in later?
I didn't see a third person. I didn't see someone coming.
There was a family of 3, and then there was us, and then I'm not sure if the guy left and then came back.
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
Anyway, top 5. It's getting rave reviews. It's like a 90% Rotten Tomatoes. Honestly, though, I think both of us laughed more at the Penguins movie.
I'm not sure how valid I'll be because
We're white. We're too white for this movie.
it's a really racist movie, and I'm not sure how much of it I think I got. So
I didn't get the.
if there was, I'm probably missed a crap ton of stuff
Like,
that I should have, that is intended, but I don't understand.
I think if you don't get like the top 5 joke in the trailer, then this movie probably isn't for you.
It looks like a romance movie. I mean, to me,
It's a Woody Allen movie, which I appreciate. It's very you don't get this reference, but
No.
it's very much like Annie Hall, and that like the very first scene you see establish this. It's just
racist.
no, it's just him and her walking down the street in New
Talking
York.
about racist stuff.
Yeah, but it's realistic race-based topics. And to me, that was probably I thought it was gonna be that level of like sort of, it's funny, it's somewhat topical, it's very aware of like sort of real issues, and it sort of kept that same level throughout. But like when it tried to be really vulgar, it couldn't really. To me, like it didn't really mesh well with like the semi-realistic tone of the movie, what the movie's trying to go for.
I don't know. It's supposed to be a comedy.
Yeah.
I felt like the one scene with the
The
prostitutes. I think that was fine. Like, I think I get that. I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't find it too funny, but I get it.
yeah,
I
me
get
too.
it. And
I think because like
at least his expression was hilarious.
yeah, Chris Rock, like I can't. It's a funny story because me and my friend Cameron, for a project that we were working on yesterday, he was doing a Chris Rock impression, and I'm trying to figure out what makes a Chris Rock impression. And I guess it's the way he like punctuates the ends of some of his words and sentences, but not others. But I think between like in this movie, especially like, is it Alex in Madagascar, the zebra?
No, that's the
That's the lion, yeah, that's what I'm trying to remember.
Marty.
They're right. You're right. But like both of those, like it shows like Chris Rock's face, or at least the way he opens his eyes when he's reacting to something. That's probably the funniest thing. That's always funny.
Yeah,
Because-
I thought the funny. Well, for me, I mean, again, I don't know how. I
Yeah.
probably don't get a lot of the stuff they were saying, but for me, the funniest thing was their facial expressions. For
Yeah.
the most part.
Well, okay. The one thing I agree about, like the critics, beyond like the very much the Annie Hall like tone, is like Rosario Dawson, like the interviewer he was with. I thought she was great. She had this great radiance and like sort of honest like chemistry that makes her feel like a real human being. It makes her really very likable.
I don't know.
It's like it's not a very, at least for us two, it wasn't really a funny movie, but at least for me, I like the whole Annie Hall-esque-ness, the Woody Allen nature of just like two people walking down the street talking about like just like interesting topics to them or about themselves and their lives, versus like them trying to be the Hollywood sort of satire it's also being. And the logic of that is really weird too, because Chris Rock, he's effectively playing a fake version of himself that's not named Chris Rock. But he still meets with but then he has like celebrities that he's worked with in other movies, like Adam Sandler, and he's called Adam Sandler, but he's not Chris Rock, and so like it's really nitpicky. But it's sort of one of those things you have to work around, work around basically.
You don't have their permission, you can't use them.
I know, but he wrote the script.
I'm not saying him specifically. But
And this is like a passion project for him because like this is I didn't know he directed or wrote movies before, and apparently he wrote this movie while he was making Grown Ups 2. So he was probably having the midlife crisis like all of Sony employees are having now with the Sony hack, and they admit like making Adam Sandler movies makes you question, what am I doing with my life? There's no point. But yeah, just to finish the review, because about is that 5 or 6?
that's a 5.
It's a 5. Okay,
It's
so just
approaching 6.
okay, just finish up. At least for us, not very. Were you not funny? You wouldn't recommend it at all. At least
I wouldn't say I personally recommend it, but again, that's me.
I'm curious to see how this would do in like in an actually crowded theater, as opposed to the 5 of us that were in there at a 10 o'clock
I didn't
show.
hear anything from the other people.
They laughed they laughed about as much as we did, I think.
So I heard you like once.
What?
I heard you like once.
Then I heard that guy more. I did. And I agree. Like, if you want comedy, see Penguins. But
if you like racist comedy,
it's not necessarily.
it is.
They had that whole
That's like practically the whole movie.
They had that whole diatribe with Kevin Hart in it about like. I don't want to say the words because our car windows are open. I don't want to risk it.
Like literally every 10, 15 minutes, there's another racist comment.
Yeah. But if you're looking for sort of a Woody Allen type movie like Annie Hall or Manhattan or like Hannah and Her Sisters, that definitely does the trick, and that gave me that interested me enough to keep going with this movie. Yeah, that's all I have to say.
I'm good.
Bye.